What up, y'all? It's CHGO Tavern Style. Welcome in. I am Big Dave of CHGO Bulls.
I'm Herb Lawrence of CHGO White Sox.
And we are here to talk to you today here on Tavern Style, and we also are here to remind you to check out Tavern Style Pizza from Salerno's, because that's who we are presented by. You can head over to that location on Grand Avenue or call 312-666-3444 and make that reservation today. I guess this is more of a somber one. Today we're going to be talking about most impactful athlete deaths and Chicago athlete deaths that have really just impacted our lives. And we do this just based on the heels of losing the legend Chet Walker. We talked about him on our show, CHGO Bulls, yesterday and went over with him. But just an absolute legend, one of the premier guards in the league, 7-time All-Star, Hall of Famer, one of the people that helped free agency move along in the NBA, was blackballed for it. But yeah, he was an incredible human being, also a Ring of Honor guy. But I wanted to know, what Chicago athlete, or just athlete in general, death kind of just impacted you?
I mean, for most Chicagoans growing up with the time that I grew up, I'm 45 years old.
Yes, sir.
Walter Payton meant a lot to us while watching the football games. I only caught like the end part of his career from like 85 to I think he retired in 87. So his actual football was still good to me, but it wasn't his prime. But I remember him on The Score with North and Jiggets talking every week and going on that show and saying, you know, all the things I wanted to hear. I remember him and his wife Connie, his son Jarrett, and his daughter Brittany. Like, I remember them. Like, it's kind of, they were growing up at the same time as I was. They were in the northwest suburbs. I was in the western suburbs. And so November 1st, 1999, I remember the day vividly. I was listening to The Score in my room, and they broke the news, and I was just like crestfallen that such a great man, period, and athlete would affect my life so much. And that's what the thing is. Like, yeah, we only see these people like on football for every Sunday, or if in basketball with Chet Walker, like every other 2 days. But the impact they have on sports fans is throughout their lives. I mean, I have them on my shirt right now. Yeah. The Walter Payton jumping over the pile type of thing is iconic. There's the Walter Payton Man of the Year award every year that everybody in the league is trying to strive for and trying to be the guy and the man that Walter Payton was, because he was such a great gentleman of a person and one of the best, if not the best football player of all time. So that November 1st, I was just crestfallen by his passing, sad for Connie, sad for Jared and Brittany at that time. And so, and he only died, he died at the age of 46. I'm 45. So to think about my life right now, and I haven't done half the things that Walter did in the 46 years that he lived, I couldn't imagine leaving this earth, especially if I had a wife and children at this time. But yeah, he packed in a full life in the 46 years that he was here. And so to this day, I still feel the impact of his passing. I talk to his son every once in a while, just, about other things, because Jared's a great man himself. Yes, he learned well from his dad and his mom. So to talk to him and him carrying on the legacy and Brittany carrying on the legacy of their dad, it's a little heartfelt for me, because of, that man was meant so much to so many Chicagoans and also people around the world.
Yeah, it's that around the world part that kind of gets you, because the only Bears jersey I wear is a Walter Payton jersey. And when I go to other stadiums, whenever they see it, they say, "Oh, you're a Bears fan. We're not supposed to like you." I was like, "But you got on a Walter jersey." So they'd be like, "It's all good. It's all love." And I'm like, "Yeah, I would never half step in your stadium. Come in with a Rex Grossman or something." Like, I'm going to show you with that respect. But that's who Walter was, man. Like, while you're sitting here saying those things, that's popping into my head about, when his son inducted him to that Hall of Fame, when he told people what was wrong with him, and his son being right there and just crying in his arms at that point in time. But no, Walter Payton was larger than life kind of human being. So yeah, that definitely felt here in Chicago, and like you said, around the globe, man. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can also grab you something to eat, grab you some pizza. It is important that you feed yourself, and you can do that, and you stop by that Salerno's on Tap, located at 1201 West Grand Avenue in Chicago's West Town, and enjoy that tavern-style pizza with some ice-cold beers. Whether you're headed to the game or you want to watch it live on that big screen TV, or you just want to watch it from home, they got you covered all kind of ways. You can go to salernospizza.com or call 312-666-3444, and if you mention CHGO, guess what you're going to get?
half
off of your pizza. You going what's he get? Off of your pizza. That's what you're gonna get from Salerno's, man. Salerno's on tap. Enjoy yourself. There are other depths I think that extended for me beyond Chicago. I remember when Dick Buckus passed, I know of people who were definitely affected by that.
Yeah.
And just speaking about him in his life, and they were definitely affected in that sense. And when I was talking to this with a friend of mine, the first thing she told me about, she was like, "Oh, what's that Brian song movie that you guys watch?" Because she's not a sports person, but the fact that that's in her brain lets you know that, man, that's still impacting. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about how much time you have sometimes, but you know what you do while you have it here.
Exactly.
And Walter Payton's a great example of that, as you mentioned. But like I told you, man, I don't think there was another one that affected me more than Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Watching him pass, I went through. I felt myself go through the 5 stages of grief.
Yeah.
You know, with Kobe, and we were still working. We were working doing Bulls Outsides at the time, and I remember when that tribute happened at the stadium, I couldn't even watch it. Like I had to leave, you know, and walk out the room, man. Like it was just too heavy for me, just because it was so tragic of him and his daughter, and just knowing what he was building and what he was growing outside of the game of basketball, man. Like it was truly impactful for me in my life. And I know young people who have said, I had a young person say, man, when Kobe died, it made me grow up. And it taught me, like, he said, man, I think I need to get a house, like look into some 401k plan or something, man. So it impacted so many people because I don't think people were ready for that kind of tragedy. We've never seen a Titan, you know what I'm saying, kind of go down in that way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And Walter is probably the only one I can equate it to, or I can equate it to others because I have other names I'll read off. But yeah, man, just how was that for you when you found out about Kobe in that way?
Devastating. And as you were talking about, like the man had retired a couple of years before that, and he was building something. And the fact that Walter's death, while tragic, was not expected, but he had an illness. And so you're kind of preparing yourself, and it's still hard as hell. Yeah. It was just like a random Sunday morning, and I was like, "Oh my God, that can't be true. No, not Kobe, sir. Not that guy. Not at all." And so, it hit me hard too. Even though I'm not a Lakers fan, not necessarily a basketball fan, but I know Kobe's impact on the global stage as far as being the Mamba mentality and all the players that emulate him, like the players like he got emulated by Michael Jordan. So the string goes on, and so like players right now in the NBA Finals. I mean, Jason Tatum, he's idolized that man, and all these players that are new are all Kobe stans. And so, I know that at that time I was affected by it as a person that's not even a basketball dude. I know that people who are into it, like yourself, must have been devastated because Kobe was Kobe. Yeah, Kobe was Kobe, and there were other ones I had that I wrote down. Just wanted to list off that also I thought were huge. The loss of Len Bias was a big one. Reggie Lewis, like I mentioned, he was a big one for me personally because I was a huge Reggie Lewis fan, and that was just very tragic how he passed away. But Hank Gathers, man, when Hank Gathers passed and died, had a heart attack on the floor, Loyola Marymount. Shout out Bo Kimball. But when that happened, that really hurt me as a kid. I was a kid, you know what I mean, and seeing that happen on the floor it was just sad, man. But yeah, Bill Russell, Sean Taylor, you know what I'm saying, all those greats that have passed that we have lost. And just, much love to all of you all of your families, and you all will not be forgotten, and you are definitely remembered, and you definitely loved and missed. And we appreciate what you've done with your time here on this earth. I'm Big Dave, CHGO Bulls. I'm Herb Lawrence, CHGO White Sox. Appreciate y'all watching, man. That's our guy Sean on the 1 and 2s over there. We'll see you next time on Tavern Style. Peace. We all silly like the mayor.